This episode is brought to you by Zazzle.com. Millions of creators, buyers, and sellers, billions of products. Use our code EVERYDRINK10, save 10% off orders of $50 or more. Welcome to Common Man Cocktails. I'm your host, Eric Schomer. Today, we're creating the nuclear waste, and this recipe has a lot of alcohol, which is typical for, I would say, a no pants Friday, but I think my shirt's in the laundry from, I don't know where it went. I'll find it again. I like to do the crazy ones on Friday, just because Fridays can get crazy.
Why not? Starts off the weekend.
It starts off the weekend, so why not do something stupid?
Why not start it off right?
Right. So we could calm it down a little bit and say there's only a half ounce of each of these. So you're not looking at anything that's going to just be overwhelming, tasking to the soul. So we're just going to do a half ounce. So there's not that much to drink. It really comes down to the mixture more than the total volume. It is, as a warning, 151 in here. So you get a half ounce of 151. I don't think that's too bad. I think that's reasonable for 151, or maybe even like a quarter of an ounce, but we're going half ounce. Now I looked this up to see how to make it, so I decided to stir it because there were no juices except for the apple juice, the orange juice, which we'll top at the end. And because of that, I figured we could stir it. I looked to find out how to make the recipe. Oh, it looks like Yoda. And they all have different ingredients. So if you're watching this going, I love the nuclear waste, and those are not the ingredients, it's a different recipe. If you want to call it nuclear waste number 2, subnuclear waste, I don't care what you want to call it. But this is our version as submitted by Billy. That's the core right there. Stays green. I think when people see nuclear, they think green. Or fire. I'm going to stir it. I don't think there's a need to get into fire.
There's 151 there. That's fiery.
It is fiery, but a half ounce, I think that's reasonable. Which I've said. I'm just looking for more filler words so that I don't bore you while I stir. That's the problem with stirring a cocktail on the show. It takes longer. Like 30 seconds. That's 2/3 longer.
You need to talk less.
I found that if I talk while stirring, then our mixer gets all confused with the loud noise and one of them gets muted. The leveling.
Oh.
Look, it has risen up from the dilution. Sweet. Or not.
Risen up from the ashes.
Rising up like a phoenix. All right. And I don't even really know what the orange topping is going to do. So I'm going to layer it because I don't really know if it's going to sit on top. Oh, it looks like it's going to sink to the bottom. That's cute. Let's see if we could get any to just float up here. Oh, that's weird. Oh, it's like Fallout. Crazy. It's clouding. It's like a fallout. Look at that. Can you see that? It's like a whirlwind, and it just floats on the bottom, like moving like sand. That's a really neat effect. Disturbing, but neat. I got a little cold, but traveling can kill you. What? It smells like candy. I don't know what that is, but it smells like candy. Oh, maybe it's the amaretto. Okay. We got fire right down in the bottom of the throat. A little sour bite. on the edges of the tongue. And then a sweetness, like a candy-esque, almondy, midori, melon sweetness. I don't know about the OJ. You have to work to get the OJ. Actually, when you do get the OJ, it adds a little more alcohol potency for some reason. I'm getting a little more ethanol, but everything else has been settled and dimmed. So I think the orange juice is kind of coating your tongue and killing some of those other flavors, but the alcohol rises through. So be careful when you get to the OJ. The OJ, I think, is really for effect, but it's a really neat looking effect. So there you go. The nuclear waste. Thank you, Billy. That is an interesting little cocktail. I would say themed. If you're doing like a themed party or something, it's got to do with nuclear stuff, or maybe you just wanted to create something that's completely different.
A lot of people have nuclear themed parties.
If for your next nuclear theme party, this should be included. There you go. I'm your host, Derek Schomer. Check us out, everydaydrinkers.tv. You also, if you want to go to Facebook.com/cocktail TV, we're teaching you how to drink.